The Honourable Member for Chuave.
Thank you, Acting Speaker. Just to contribute to grievance debate this morning. Acting Speaker, in the last 12 months, we've come to this Honourable House. We've had multiple discussions. We've discussed in caucus. We've discussed outside. We've discussed with ministers. We've talked about the government's plans. And basically my grievance, Mr. Speaker, comes from the experience that we've had as a district and as a province, in Simbu Province, Chuave District in Simbu Province. Simbu Province, Mr. Speaker, is located in the Central Highlands of Papua New Guinea. So we have the Highlands Highway, it passes through us, and it's a tough province. We are home to Mount Willem, the highest peak in the country. We have deep ravines, high mountains, and we don't have any natural resource. For the last, since independence, Mr. Speaker, we've come to the House, to Parliament. We've continued to ask and fight for a fair share of resource so that we can effectively go back to our province and develop it and achieve the desires and aspirations of our people. This continues to be a struggle in 2023. And why I say this, Mr. Speaker, is because last year we announced a historic budget, and this comes back echoing the sentiments of the good governor for Enga, Sir Ipatas. The Prime Minister, heart and soul for the country, is trying his level best, and he's delegated responsibility and authority to ministers. Ministers are allocated budget appropriations, whether it's in law and order, whether it's in health, whether it's in education, whether it's in agriculture, and they're meant to go and effectively drive government policy and programs in the provinces and in the districts. I've sat in this Honourable House, Mr. Acting Speaker, and I've heard time and time again that no, you go back to your PSIP, you go back to your DSIP, use that. Then why are you given appropriation as a minister? I asked where the law and order funding went, Mr. Acting Speaker. If my good Internal Security Minister received 500 million, Kina, $500 million, my interest, Mr. Speaker, is how much of this money was given to Simbu Province? We are home to the Karawagi Mobile Squad. We have a great need for police infrastructure in Kundiawa, in Chuave, in Gumini, in Solnomana Karamui, in Sinesine Yongumul. So there's been no meeting with members from Simbu Province to tell us, from the $500 million I received, this is how much Simbu got. You got 20 million. You got 100 million. Why didn't we have any police presence on the ground when our Kondamagaundo Provincial Assembly building was just completely destroyed by opposing provincial administrator supporters in the recent debacle that we're having of our provincial administrator post? Where's the manpower? Where's the police resource? We came to the House thinking that we're an important part of Papua New Guinea because the Highlands Highway was originally called the Okuk Highway. Under the great Sir Yambaka Okuk, we took this highway all the way up to the Highlands. Now all we're asking for to this Honourable House is that you do the right thing by the people of Simbu. You cut him peak, you cut him straight. Because we're missing out and we're suffering, and all the members of Parliament, especially my governor, are bombarded and blamed for the rise in crime, for the law and order deteriorating in the province. And there's only so much he can do. And on that note, Acting Speaker, I really urge the government to devolve powers to the provinces. We can't centralize anymore. Mr. Acting Speaker, we have to let the governors govern the provinces with full funding and full resource. That way we'll know whether they've done a good job or they haven't for their province. Because it's the governors that know the provinces better than the ministers. So this hasn't been happening. We can't continue to come to Parliament and then continue to talk and repeat ourselves like parrots, Mr. Speaker. We have to operationalize things that we see are right, things that we all concur and agree on, Mr. Speaker. We have to operationalize. And if good ministers with appropriation aren't in the business of operationalize government policy and government programs, then you're not in the business of being a minister. You've got to give it up. You've got to resign. This is my big call to the government, Mr. Acting Speaker, that 2023, we want to know what plans the government had for Simbu, what Simbu got, what Simbu didn't get. Because like I said, there's zero visibility on the ground. And Simbu matters. We're part of Papua New Guinea. And in 2024, we want to know how Simbu will feature. Thank you, Acting Speaker.